but you also encounter one of the most prolific fighters in mixed martial arts in terms of overall fights. You end up fighting Travis Fulton on the Iowa Challenge. It's technically your 11th pro fight, and Travis appears at that point to have broken 150 bouts. Mm-hmm. How does that fight come about? And were you aware of how much experience Travis had coming into this fight?
So I was definitely managed by Monty at this time, but Kohler was still with me because he cornered me for that fight. And I think it was just because Kohler knew Fulton. No, I still didn't know anything. I didn't know Travis had that many fights. I mean, I'm sure I could have asked, but I didn't really care. You know, at that point, I was training with Dave, and my skills were coming along. You know, especially my submission skills. Still a good wrestler, but I still didn't know a lot. I didn't know a lot about the sport. I didn't know Travis Fulton at all.
That's wild. So you beat Travis by decision, and about a little over a year later at the Iowa Challenge 11, Chad Bergmeyer's event, you win a split decision.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that's the Iowa Challenge. Obviously, both times you fought Travis Fulton. That's kind of Travis Fulton's home base.
Yeah.
How did that second fight go? Did you believe it was a split decision?
No. So it was in his hometown. I think it was in Waterloo.
Okay.
And Waterloo is a rough town. And I remember it wasn't the most exciting fight, but I clearly won. It was not a split decision. And I remember I was in the ring, and it was like they were just waiting forever to announce the winner. And Travis kept talking to me, and he's like, "Hey, you know, you can have the belt, you can have the purse, but this is my hometown. I can't. You got to let me win. You got to let him announce me the winner." And I'm like, "Travis, I'm not leaving this ring until I'm declared the winner. Like I'll stay here." And we literally went back and forth, and I think Chad came in the ring, or came in the cage. It was in a cage. He's like, "You know, I'll give you your fight purse, but we got to announce Travis Fulton the winner." I'm like, "No, I'm not leaving. Like, give me the belt, give me my money. I'm taking the win, and I'm going home." And it was literally about 10 minutes, and they finally did declare me the winner. They called it a split decision, but yeah, they didn't want to give me the win that night.
So, what was it like working with Chad Bergmeyer as a promoter?
You know, I don't really remember anything bad other than that. Like, I know, you know, Travis was his guy, and they were in Travis's town. They didn't want to give me that victory, but you know, I got paid.
Did you ever train with Travis Fulton?
I never trained with him.
Did you ever get another offer from him for a work fight or anything like that? Because you know, sometimes...
I fought Travis 3 times actually. The first 2 were the 2 we just talked about, and the third one was in like Virginia. Like I don't know how they got him, but it was in a pretty decent show. It was in.
It's not listed.
Yeah. Anyway, I finished him at that time. I cut him with an elbow, and I cut him pretty bad. And I remember he was full of blood. And he's like, I'm like, "Travis, stop this. Like we can't," because we were good friends at the time. And, you know, we were fighting on the same cards together. And I'm like, "Travis, stop this. Like, we got to stop fighting each other." So, yeah, I fought 3 times.